Okay guys, I turned you on. Now I'm going to go get my coffee. You think I would have gotten my coffee before I turned you on? You think? But no. There, you can look at the solder station. Well, yeah, I would call it something else, but they're calling it the solder station. Alright, now, I have a few things I gotta do. First, let's fix baby's bed. Huh. Yeah. Let's fix baby's bed. She got everything all tangled up. There, okay? Okay. Alright, so, let's turn this on. Having it, yeah. Now, this is the 8898. I looked this up on the YouTube to find out more about it. Well, they show one. It's the same thing. However, let's take this off before it gets too hot. There, I want the flow. Keep it upright. It's the same look. However, the switches are over here. Same thing. And it has a name with the same model. It's the same thing. So apparently this is just one company making these with little changes for different people, putting their name on it. Alright, now this particular person, I checked his site out completely. He does deal with electronics and things, but it doesn't seem like he does anything. He does a lot of circuit stuff, little things. Now, and what I mean by that, if I was to take this board and these little solder joints, let's just assume that none of this was here and those were just holes. And you know, they'll have a hole with a little ring of solder around it so that it helps stick to the board. So what you do is you put a little dab of solder on each hole, and then when you put you heat it up, boom, it melts, boom, it melts, boom, it melts. So when you're doing that kind of work, when you're putting little daps here and you're working with little wire and little things that doesn't require a little heat, it may be okay for you, because that's what he uses it for. Now, he was either, I don't know what to tell you on this. I don't know if it was sponsoring him and it was free, so he's talking good shit. What he was talking versus showing, you follow me, unless you're strictly just sitting there building little things. But I don't know. There's too many openings for cold solder joints, you know, and especially with their solder. Their solder sucks. So I was looking at other stations. I really don't need all this. I bought this because it's nice to have. But if it's not going to work, why have it? You follow me? I mean, there's not even money in here in parts. I couldn't say, you know what, I'll keep it because I can use the parts. No, it's not worth it. You know, I can buy the parts a lot cheaper. A lot cheaper. So, not that this was much. I think it's, well, I thought it was like 24 bucks, but when I looked it up, it was 31. So, but now his has a magnet on it. I don't think there's a magnet on this. Let's see. No. Now it looks identical. And remember, I was talking about a magnet? Because with a magnet, the magnet does two things. It holds it there when it goes in. This is supposed to fit in there. It doesn't. This is too small. It holds it, one. Two is it shuts it off. So there's like a disconnect switch in here, so the magnet shuts it off. And then when you lift it up, the switch goes back on, turns it back on again. So your chances of burning something with it is slim. This, in no way, shape, or form, does it work. So, at that point, this blows hot, but it doesn't blow hot enough to melt solder. Now, again, I don't have boards as small as it was that he was working on. For instance, that little chip. He used this to disconnect one of those chips. Whoa, okay. I don't want to disconnect any of those chips because I need this. This is a USB hub. So at that point, again, I don't want to disconnect anything, but that's what he was doing, disconnecting a little chip with it. It was a three-legged chip. It wasn't a big one, and it worked. All right, great, good for you. It worked, but I almost want to try it, but again, I don't. I don't want to ruin a board that I'm going to be using. Now, I got my coffee here. Got a couple things in today, and I was surprised that they came in today. Really. Yesterday afternoon, was it afternoon or later than that? Anyway, I ordered a couple of tips for these two irons or guns. And this morning, these were at the door. And they come from two different places. There's one set. Good. Okay, right now they're kind of glossy inside the packages, but we'll open them up in a minute. And then I decided I'm going to try this. Get this out of the way for a minute. This, remember, if that's what this is, I ordered it yesterday with those solder tips. I ordered a Weller 40 watt, which is kind of low wattage. Weller solder station. Plain and simple. Now the other one was more power, had a lot more going, but what do I need bells and whistles for? You following me? So I ordered this, because you know what? If it doesn't work, send it back. I hate to be one of those people that keep sending things back. But, you know, they have to expect it. You're buying something on the line, you don't know what the hell it is. You can't believe everything you see anymore. A lot of this stuff, okay, this is basically a solder iron that plugs into that. Okay, let's leave that wired up for now. I'd rather have that wired directly, which I may do. But the way that it is now, it's actually a little bit better. Now what I'm assuming what I paid for here, extra, is this little plastic station where this goes from there to here, and one lead goes to the on-off switch with the variable control. You can buy these without this. I don't know, maybe $17, $18. And then just find something, plug it in when you want. It is nice to have the convenience to turn it on and off. However, they have these little, I don't have one in here, but I got like 4 or 5 of them out there. They have these little modules, like this for instance, that plug in. It plugs into this, but there's a switch on this, so you can turn it on and off. I don't know if you guys ever seen those or not, but they come in handy. And I do have them around here someplace. Alright, so let's get this out of the way for a minute. Now this didn't come with any extra tips, but I do have a lot of extra tips. I wouldn't recommend buying extra tips when you buy the unit until you see if you like the unit. Baby. Well, it's chilly out today. Sun's out, but it's cold. Weather's screwy. Screwy weather. Oh, baby. Alright, let's get some solder. Let me get a little piece of wire. A little bit heavier than that. Cheap shit, or that skinny stuff. Okay, so we have something here. This is standard speaker wire. It's probably about 14 gauges, I'm thinking. Maybe 12. I forgot when I wired the house what I actually used. I think I used 12. Right. Let's put these together. Hello? 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 Where are you? Okay, put these together. Now this wire is a lot thicker than the other. Feels like there might be a little lump in there someplace from when I twisted them together. I don't know. Alright, now let's let this hang over a little bit so I'm not burning everything with it. I did try sticking the solder in flux. Remember that? So let's do the same thing. A solder rather. I stuck the solder in flux. That's what I thought I said. Let me find the flux. Flux. There's a little open baby food jar somewhere around here. Well, it's actually dog food jar. Oh, there it is. Here she be. We're going to take this. We're going to do the same thing we did with the other one, but we're using heavier wire and a different solder iron. Now we do want to put a little something on. Whoa, wow, look at that. Right off the bat I can tell. Do you see that? Wow. I'll see if I can put the comparison down on both of them. Holy shit. I tell you can't go wrong with a welder. This one here was $10 more. Hasn't got all the bells and whistles on it, but it works. Wish I had my glasses on. Oh, let me put some of this on here. Okay. And, okay, it's got a flat tip on it. Look at that. Wow. We're done. Went right through it. Done. Whoa. What a nice Nice. This is a keeper. Tell you, you can't go wrong with welder. You really can't. So now that we got that out of the way, let's get the sponge out of here. Put that there. There really shouldn't be anything in here I need. If you're not sure of the solder tip, look at the model number on this. This may have a number on it. I don't know if it's, yeah, it should have a number. Probably on the bottom. But if not, you don't really need to keep all this shit if you don't want to. There's your solder tips. So if anything, keep this book or tear that page out and be happy. Done. Now let's turn it down. Let me find, oh, the water. Let me water that's expanded. You really don't need to keep adding water to it. You don't, it's not a must. However, you might be better off with one of those wire cleaners. It looks like a large Brillo pad inside a can of sort. Just keep the can under there. Your solder tips will last longer. Damn. Yeah. And this will probably fit right there. Yeah. Well, I'm trying to clean up and I'm adding more. These, I don't know if I'm going to want them back here or up there. Where do I need them? Where do I need them? That's the question. Oh, baby. Yeah, thank you, big girl. Alright, I'm going to let this cool. And then we're going to see how long it takes to do what it has to do. Now here, come on, get under there, okay. Good way of showing you how to poke yourself. Now this one should fit in there, which it does. Good. Okay, I just gotta loosen the screws up and they'll fit right in. Okay, so let's put that there. This one is the problem child because I have to get those nuts off there, put them on there. And these may be a little bigger than what I need and be a little bigger than what I have here. So I don't know. Usually the nuts are universal. But I don't remember how old these are, to be honest with you. I really don't. I don't. Now, if you got money to burn, you can buy these with the nuts already on them.